Choosing music as a subject in the senior grades is certainly a very exciting option, as it opens up a whole new set of doors in comparison to what you did in grade 8 and 9. Music has three main components. The first one I'll tell you about is composition. And this is where all of those years of doing music theory that some of you may have enjoyed and some of you may have not, it finally pays off, as now you get to write your own compositions. And whereas beforehand you just had to follow a whole set of rules, in writing your own compositions, you are allowed to be creative and break the rules, so to speak. You do so using the Sibelius notation software program, and this we have loaded on all of our computers in our state-of-the-art music computer lab. So as senior subject music students, you would have full access to this lab. It comes equipped with MIDI keyboards for each computer, and many of the computers also have other software programs on them in which you can use for sound production. I will get a little bit, I will say more about that a little bit later. You also continue with some theory and harmony as part of your composition studies. We also do music history, but this is not only music history all the way from the Baroque, classical, romantic, and 20th century periods. Yes, it's important that we learn about that, but we also learn about South African urban music. We learn about popular music. We learn about jazz as it originated in the United States and as it exists now in our very own country. And then, of course, a very important component of music is the practical aspect. And if you choose music as a subject, you will have been playing an instrument, you will be at a certain proficient level, and you would, of course, continue with that instrument. Or you may have two instruments, and you may, by the time you play your matric final exams, you may play pieces on both of those instruments if you choose to do so. The minimum level for practical by the end of matric is grade 5. Now, most of you, if you had to choose to do music, would be above that level. And then, in that case, you actually are awarded extra marks. So it's wonderful to be able to get a nice, good aggregate by taking music. Of course, it's going to have been a passion of yours already, but in the senior grades, it would become even more of a passion because you would spend more time on it. Now, a little bit more about sound production is that it's very exciting that the IEB has agreed to approve sound production as an official practical instrument. And this will come into place in the next 2 years. So we will, in fact, also be offering that as one of our official instruments. The world is leading more and more towards technology, and musicians that have studied at school and perhaps gone on to study at varsity or at tertiary level are leading more towards being in a studio and producing music rather than trying to make a living as an orchestral musician or a solo performer or as a member of a rock band or even as a teacher. Sound production is definitely the way that the world is going. So we are very excited, and we actually have all of the facilities in place already in order for you to choose that. So think very carefully about your subject choice. I know it's a difficult one, but if you're already doing music as a subject and it's your passion, I strongly recommend that you choose music. Thank you.